We are playing a pet deck of mine. Hopefully we don't get bullied too much. This is a blue-green frogs deck, kind of, sort of. So yeah, this was a deck I played in Standard a bit. See, reasonable success. I think we went like on a 10-0 streak with it. But in Pioneer, you can play with Halo Hopper, which is an innocuous little card. It's like a Frogmite, sort of. But our goal here is to basically cast it for 0, while also being able to trigger Druneth as a 3-drop. So some of your hands, like if you have Druneth and then the next turn you have 3 mana, you get to play a 1-drop, get 2 copies of it. Play a 2-drop, potentially get 2 copies of it. And then Halo Hopper. Otherwise, you can just Convoke it the old-fashioned way. So we've got a really low curve. We've got a bunch of, not a bunch, we have 4 elves only because I'm trying to focus on the Valley Mightcaller package. But we've got ways to empty our hand, and then Quantum Riddler can draw. We got Splash Portal that gives us redraws off of our frogs anyway. And it is another thing that we can combine with Quantum Riddler. So we're trying to get a little bit fancy. I have a random Diligent Zookeeper because my creatures have a lot of different types and they're not humans. Plus, when you Mockingbird to copy something like a Mightcaller, it gets 3 types, so this can give it +3/+3. You can just play Ouroboros if you don't want to craft this card or whatever. But I do think like getting the 2 to 3 stats right away is appealing, so I'm playing this over Ouroboros. We've got Tarantusk, which is something that just... The short of it is it buffs non-humans. So this is our only 2 to combo with Druneth. You can just draw 2 Druneths as well if you're trying to like have a crazy hand with Halo Hopper, but this is mostly here to just copy our 1s because we want as many Valley Mightcallers in play as possible. We've got Mockingbird, normally is just going to be copying this, and then we're just going to stack up as many counters as we can. We have a random spicy Rapid Hybridization. This can make a frog, and then we've got Faerie Miscreant alongside Mockingbird as just more ways to draw cards. It's cute with Riddler if that ever happens. It's just another way to redraw, so if you Riddler, draw, play your hand. And then you can Miscreant, draw 2 off of it. So yeah, this list is a bit loose, but like I said, it's just an old pet standard deck I wanted to try in Pioneer, and that's what we do here. We try random stuff in Pioneer and get our head kicked in by Izzet and Green-White. Sideboard, we've got Annul, Spell Pierce, Unable to Scream, can check Llanowar Elves, some of the prowess creatures, all that jazz. Masked Vandal's cute, it's a frog, and it can deal with things like Corey Steelcutter, Fable, Unholy Annex, Damping Spear for combo decks, Hearse for Graveyard Hate, and then just Brazen Borrower is a way to bounce things, and I guess it's a creature for Druneth, if that matters. So that is it for the list. One thing I will say is, like, maybe you could have more 2s. I don't know what 2 I would want to play, but the Druneths are a bit awkward. You could also just play 3 Druneths. But we're going to give it a go, see how it goes, and I'll give some feedback at the end. So I'll see you guys in the game. If you want the list, it is in the description as always. All right, opponent goes first. I have stuff. Not the best stuff. I guess we'll try this. And needs what, like a Mockingbird? What are the odds? Giant Badger is playing green. Mono red with Shatter Skull something. Smashing. Okay. This card is very strong. It's kind of insane how good the Izzet deck is, considering like this is just one of the strongest red cards in the format that just doesn't even play it. Also just doesn't play Treasure Cruise. Like the Izzet deck is just foul, dude. It's so good. Like the Izzet deck seems like a deck where like if they banned Corey Steelcutter today, I think like 90% of my decks couldn't beat the next version of it. Like it's so efficient. It's so disgusting. It's so fast. It's super resilient too. That's a deck where I kind of feel like people just don't build it particularly well because their deck is just so good. They don't have to like optimize. They just play whatever stock list and don't actually make it better. Alright. Well, this is sort of embarrassing. Guess we'll play our guy. We're gonna get him with the Flash Frog? We might. I'm just playing random red cards. I fuck with it. hell? But when I draw, I take a point. Oh, sweet. That was a really good draw. 16. You come out. This. Yeah, my deck needs more 2-drops, doesn't it? I need to figure out what that would be. Alright, well, we will greed. So this can block. Greed the Halo Hopper. I'll also offer the trade. I don't think they're going to take it. I don't really mind if they take it. I'm only losing stats on the things in my hand. And then I can just play the 3-2. It's worth 2 3-2s. I think I can take the damage. I can even jump with the 1-1. Could double block here. Could offer Druneth trade on 2-2. Yeah, I'm over gauging. So the hexproof. So I get a second Druneth. I'm just gonna jump. I don't know. Can I get fancy? No, I can't get fancy with Rapid Hybridization because the legend rule. It's just gonna happen to stay based. Main phase 2 and Barkchannel. -1. That's a free elf. How bad is it if my lord dies? I think as long as I rapidly hybridize, we're fine, and I think it's probably going to happen, so. I get shocked to block it, but then I could still trade here. First strike's bad block, but. This is a nonsense game. Both my opponent and I are just playing nonsense. I love it. Reckless Rage. No matter what this is resolving, I guess I can just get the frog, though. I don't get the ambush, but I keep the flyer, which I think is fine. I don't have good blocks. I have a lot of pressure on the board. Alright, they find land. 2 shocks might be enough to just mess me up. They're at 10. Got a food token for racing. Quantum Riddler would be a nasty draw. Alright, we're just gonna eat shit. Okay. Ooh, hello. Is that even good? Not really. It's another food token. 12. So 4 single block. It's 8. Force 2 blocks. You just smash with all, right? I don't know what 4 blocks is. So block is 5 to 3. Remove 1 is 7. So no block on a 4-3. So I need 5 across. I have unsummon, but I redraw. I can reset a non. Block a single 4-3. So block 2 4-3s. 4 is 9. Guess I can alpha. Not actually sure. Click the button. You can just trade most of the board because eating the Lord. I think they're at a low enough life total. I don't really mind. Alright, you're taking 9. Can't do those blocks. And then this bounces. So, bird, frog, otter, rat. This is a spider boar hero. All I have to do is block the Lord, right? I think my attack's bad. Don't they just trade? So move this. That's not bad. They're just losing everything. So block the Lord, block 2 3/2s, right? Okay, 1. Guess I can take the redraw, or I can just take 3. It doesn't matter. I don't think they can win. I think they're dead. Click our buttons. They should maybe draw the card, but taking a point is bad. So. You're 1. Oh, well, that was cool. That kind of did stuff. Got to see what we're attempting, whether it's good or bad. What is this? This is a mono red. Mono red cards I own. And I have mismatching Spell Pierce and Annul. You hate to see it. Okay, do I want to sideboard? I guess I can just put in Screams for the 2/2. Brazen Borrower's okay. I can reset something off of Kumano. I think I want to Null. Yeah, all my sideboard cards seem kind of terrible against mono red, but we are just playing blue-green, so let's go. I actually kind of like this here. I'm probably just going to keep Masked Riddlers against everyone. Do I need to try to scam them? Do I want to try to scam them? -3. They got a Druneth. I want all the 1s. Do this. I think the Rapid Hybridization is gonna end up being decent to good. The silly card, but getting the flash 3/3 blocker on a lot of different racing situations, and there's also just gonna be plenty of spots where they go after my creatures, and I get a 3/3. Do I keep this on the draw? I have 22 lands, I think. This hand is pretty awesome if I draw a land, right? I'm gonna mull. Okay. And potentially has more upside, but there's a lot of awkwardness going on. Let's pretend we're drawing a blue source. Let's just... What are we keeping? We're drawing an island next turn. So we're going to go turn 1 Mightcaller, turn 2 Druneth creature, and then we have the option of what we're doing with the rest. I think I just get rid of this, even though it's a redraw with the Druneth. I think the Mockingbird for the Valley Mightcaller stats is more relevant. Elf, but they showed me they have a way to... you think we're still playing it? So the saddest Llanowar, or the saddest Elvish Mystic. Maybe this is why my opponent has Botanical Firebrand in their deck. There's just the green-white decks all play 8 elves. Devotion decks have 8 elves. Okay, so I have the option to... Yeah, it's... Definitely just do this. And I think I'm Mockingbird. So Pawpatch gets targeted, I get 3/3. Mockingbird gets played, it dies, I keep Pawpatch though. The awkwardness with Mockingbird is if I play it off Druneth, I just get the bird, I don't get the rabbit, because I don't get the clone effect. I just get a thing that doesn't clone anything. But I think the stat on the board is high value anyway. Yeah, I mean, this also makes sense if something like this happens and I just don't need to play the Druneth anyway. So now when I play the Druneth, I get stat here. I play this in response. I mean, I don't have to respond. I ignore the Nemesis for now. I think I can just try to race. Like, yeah, taking 3 damage sucks, but I'm adding to my board. X equals 0. Get a free 1/1. Like I said, it's not particularly high value, but... do I want the counter on the Druneth? Druneth gets to 3 if I draw a Halo Hopper. I think we're all in on Mightcaller beatdown. Holy shit. I just misclicked when I... Okay. Going on. Not gonna lie. Expected more tribal stuff for... in Lorwyn. Yeah, I mean, that's just the nature of... like, no blocks, right? People just don't get what they want out of sets now. Kind of annoying. That's what it is. I think the set looks cool so far. I'm excited for Lorwyn. Hope it doesn't break a format. How's it going? Alright, no blocks. The red 2-drop is so anti-control. Sure is something to see on a 2-drop. Yeah, a lot of people are losing their mind over that. It's just like, as ward, take 2 no matter what, forever. I don't know how good that card actually is. What am I doing here other than eating shit? I want to try to raise 6 to 10. I draw dude is +2 is 12. Taking 3 per turn. Yeah. I think we're probably losing this game, but we'll see what we top deck. And reset the race. Still getting ticked though. Maybe I wasn't supposed to attack. It just gives me a lot of... Oh shit. Absolutely smashed. -3. 2 turn from opponent. Should be playing my land because I have Riddlers. Okay. Attack. 1+2. Sure. I'm never blocking, right? If I draw Frog... it's hard to get 2 triggers. I can draw Pawpatch. I think I'm never blocking. I just think 3 lines of good text on a 2-drop is a bit much design-wise. Yeah, I guess... Oh, wow. I was lucky. No. I feel like we've seen a lot of red cards like that where they just have infinite text, but they don't really do anything. Like in practice, it just kind of sits there and attacks for 2. Like, as long as you're not targeting their things, or like you're sweeping, or you just have a 3/3 to block. I guess maybe it's anti-control. I assume that they design a lot of cards where, like, that card to me looks like it was designed because Spell Snare is being printed, and maybe they're concerned that the counter spells are going to be too good. All right. We'll rant after the recording. All right, we got one. GG's. We play first. Ooh, this hand's nice. It is really nice. Okay, so this hand potentially has turn 1 Mightcaller, turn 2 Druneth, turn 3 double Pawpatch into Halo Hopper. What if I don't play the Mightcaller? Is the Mightcaller better later because I get 2 copies? I don't think so. I think I always play the Mightcaller first. Yeah, we've been chatting about different Lorwyn spoilers. Spell Snare. Spell Snare's a card that is not out yet, but if my opponent had Spell Snare in their deck, it would be pretty sad if on the play my Druneth got Spell Snared. Spell Snare is interesting to me because I think it's obviously strong, but I don't know if it's gonna be like miserable or it's just gonna be fine. Like, Spell Snare is the type of card where, like, since standard forces everyone to play low curves, it's just hard to play 3-drops anyway. Like, you play, you know, Preacher of the Schism, your opponent just unsummons it for 1 mana and then continues to murder you, and then does it again the next turn. So maybe Spell Snare will just be, like, forced to be good. Alright, I mean, I really mind you bouncing it. We didn't have the second Druneth, so if they clear this, we go double Mightcaller into Hopper, double triggers. Our hand is very good, assuming that we're not getting, like, temporary lockdown, which probably is in my opponent's deck. There could be blue-black bounce, there could be Esper. Alright, guy dead, that's fine. Our hand's sort of just the nuts. Ooh, that was a really good draw, too. Play guy. Top. Could wait. I think the pressure is worth. Yeah, I think the pressure's worth more. I mean, I'm not killing them next turn, but it's a lot of damage. It's so these don't trigger. This makes triggers. So this will be plus. These will each be +3. This will be +2. This will be just 2. It's 5, 11. I said 3, 7. It's 19 next turn if they do nothing. Assuming I did the math correctly. Okay, rude. Keep the 2 though. Okay, I think it's still 19. Oh no, this is actually lethal because this is a 3. Looks like they have like bounce or whatever. It's still gross. I mean, they can't even win with a lockdown. They're just dead, I think. This is really nasty. No! No, come back! Let me copy the Halo Hoppers. Alright, well, that was gross. It was a turn 4 kill, I think, through some interaction. Okay, Annul, very good. Pierce, I think, good. Masked Vandal, is this actually good? It's fine. I don't think it's great. It does clear lockdown, but that only assumes a creature's gone. I think it's worth having because of lockdown. I could also have Borrower for lockdown, but I think we'll just do Vandal. How good is Zookeeper? So, what am I boarding? Alright, I think the Riddlers are just going to be good without the Splash Portal. I don't think I need Splash Portal. Guess we won't do Hybridization. Do I want these? We just take out some Elves. We want... I don't know. Good enough. This is a sweet game, though. Okay. When it goes first, my hand looks very good again. Got one of our 2 elves. That means turn 2 Druneth, Mightcaller, Halo Hopper. That checks a temporary lockdown. Yeah. I mean, to be completely honest, I think this deck... I mean, this... I don't know if this is the most serious deck regardless, but... I kind of think Badgermole Cub made it so everything that's green is worse than the, like... Vomit my stuff out, Badgermole Cub, do something broken. What if I wait? So I wait, I get Miscreant draws. It's pretty bad to just play this and have it die. Does that mean I want to play Mightcaller? Alright. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to play for double Miscreant next turn. It's kind of a weird deck. Like, you don't have the max amount of things that trigger this. There are some nombos. Yeah. You. Divide by 0? That'd be fucked up. First, okay. Don't mind that too much. They're 1/1s. And now we have the question of, do I want a Halo Hopper or do I want to Vandal into Halo Hopper? I think since I have Vandal as a check for lockdown and Riddler as something to just get me cards when my hand is empty, I'm going to play the board. Meat Hook here would mess me up pretty bad. Their Hopper. Okay, so now I can get a 2 and a 3. Do I want to just jam it all? So it looks like they might have Lockdown, but they don't have the mana for it. They didn't add Yorion, so I guess they just have spot removal. I can, yeah, I mean, Lockdown doesn't matter that much. Meat Hook is the one that hoses me anyway. Let's play for the Hoppers, hope that they have Lockdown, and then are just waiting for white mana. And regardless of what happens, we still have Riddler to redraw. I think they would have meat hooked if they had it last turn. Shock. Beza. Doesn't even do anything. So lose 4/4, trade for 3/2s, chip in 6, 7, 8. I think it's enough damage that I don't care. I assume the double blocking 3/2. I think since they're playing for sweepers anyway, I should just... yeah, I'm probably 2-turning them, and even if I don't, like getting them low for these is decent. Halo Hopper, dude. Pioneer All-Star Halo Hopper. Shock. Damn. I don't even know what's happening. Any farewell? What is this? Oh, okay, that's fancy. Play the Riddler, right? Nice. All right. Critter deck getting it done again. GG. First. Ooh, damn. I could try. I wanted to try it. We'll do it for science. If I draw the land, I Druneth. If I miss, I go for a redraw here and hope to hit. Swift Spear, okay. Probably is it. Can't imagine that Or is it a good matchup for our little creature buddy deck? Druneth lived. Winnable. Okay, so I can get a second Druneth. I can just go Mockingbird for birds, redraw Druneth to Druneth. I can go Pawpatch for double Pawpatches. Maybe that's better. I mean, 2 Pawpatches in play is pretty annoying. I could also just evoke, or like, not evoke. Offspring the Pawpatch. I get 3. I have 2/2 and then 3 Pawpatch. Or do I just want double Druneth? I think I want double Druneth. I really don't know the answer. I don't think the third Pawpatch is that relevant. So this gives me, like, the awkwardness is that this just gives me a bird that just can ignore everything and Monstrous Rage me. Double blocks probably are worth happening. As you can see, I'm just taking too long. I feel bad, but it is a really weird spot where, like, every decision I make gives up value in a specific place. So, like, I'm trying to manage, like, do I want value for my board or do I want resilience for their spot removal? Because, like, I mean, I can just draw cards off the Miscreant, but then that makes the Riddler worse. I'm tied at 3 mana. I can just get more Pawpatches versus spot removal, but I can play for 2 Druneths. Like, the double Druneth kind of splits the difference on the value versus the Pawpatch. I think the reason I made the decision I made was just, like, I think 2 Pawpatches insulates me enough that it's just worth doing that way. So, whatever. I feel bad, though. I was just, like, tilted, like, fuck off. Let's complain about slow people. But it was just a weird spot where, like, the other thing is, like, the last thing I do being the Mockingbird makes the Druneth value actually lessened. So if that's true, like, I don't think I could get to a point unless I drew land. I guess I have to draw land if I Mockingbird early for the Miscreant for the draw to get the extra value from the Riddler. So I could just forsake the Riddler value. I think the play I made also played towards emptying my hand. Alright, Masked Vandal, not great. Pierce maybe is necessary. Annul is mid. Where is Pierce good? I think I'm just not going to board anything other than Unables. This gets unsummoned. I don't really love Rapid, but maybe it's good enough. It's just hard to block their creatures anyway. I don't know what to do. Like, that's the other problem with this stupid Izzet deck is, like, there's 4 cards. It's the best card in the deck. It's probably the best card in the format. It's fucking broken. It's an artifact. It dies to your shatters or whatever, but then nothing else does. Like, how do you beat Steelcutter? Like, how do you approach sideboarding versus the Steelcutter decks? Do you have to try to attack them? Do you have to have Annul? You have to have Spell Pierces? I don't know. I don't know which is the right one. Annul check Storm Chaser. I think I can have Annul and 4 Pierce on the draw, but... Sorry, on the play, but I'm not sure if there are things I want on the draw, because I just need to play a 1-drop for my deck to work. Alright, I think I want the cards more than the Pawpatches. Just so hard to block their shit, though. Get all my fancy 1-mana 1/1 draw cards, but don't really amount to much against prowess. Yep. I don't know, is this person just mad that I don't know. I assume they just have priority in our AFK. Alright, well, we'll just... I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting BM'd. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I'm getting played fast at every other point. I think I'm getting BM'd. Oh, you're a fucking loser if that's what's happening. Let this go. I don't think I'm an out. I guess... Maybe if I could just cast a Riddler and their hand is bad. Does that mean I want to play the Mockingbird? Sure. Let's just play for Riddler, because that seems like the only card that could be good here anyway. Their hand has to be terrible, though. Like, we're so likely to just die. It's also busted. Just like... It's so good. I don't know. We don't have any outs. I'm dead. My opponent Rigaki'd me. Didn't matter if I blocked anyway. Okay. Is it prowess? What I mean, like, they can just ban Core Steelcutter. It's probably still the best deck in the format. It's just all 1-mana cards. And it kills you on turn 4 pretty consistently. It's blue sideboard spells. Can answer all green creatures. Like, just is it forever in every format? I think a lot of people, like, don't fully understand why is so good and why 3-year standard and, like, the design philosophy, the things around it have made is it so good. But it's just, it just goes back to the point that I think anyone with a brain has made since they announced 3-year standard, which is like the curves of decks are going to be condensed. It's going to force everyone's curve downward. And if that's the case, like, you want to be playing cheap removal, which is red. And then, like, if the blue cards are good, like, if your curve has to be condensed, cantrips, tempo, like, just things like unsummoned, like, tempo-y cards get more appealing too. So I don't even know. I think it's just the nature of the beast. And, like, they're also going to make combo decks more powerful. They're going to make the 4-mana, like, the non-creature spell stuff more powerful, too. So that makes things like Spell Pierce, Annul even better. So, this is what it is, dude. Is it forever? I think they're just going to keep banning Izzet cards, and it's just going to keep being the nuts. Okay, so Pierce, Annul, the two I was thinking about. I think we'll just do Pierce. And then... just take out some elves. It might actually just not relying on elf. And it's going to die. It's going to die to shock such a large percentage of the time anyway. I think I want to play toward just, like, getting a big frog man in play. Alright. Oh, I should have taken out the splash portal, shouldn't I? Eh, whatever. Since a bit awkward. I might not even play the Druneth on 2. I just match their 1-drop with Unable to Scream, and then just try to play a slower game. If I get Steel Cuttered, we're probably dead. But yeah, in terms of, like, if Steel Cutter was banned, like, I just think the deck's so good at grinding with the Lesson and Synthesizer. Like, even if your opponent is 3-for-1ing you with, like, you know, Path of Peril, you just have redraws all the time. Like, you just have a million cantrips, and then you can generate card advantage too. Is it good? Cheap blue card and shock, good. Prowess, good. I want to Unable to Scream that. That feels good. I think so. I think I am... I don't know if I want to call myself the control deck here, but, like, yeah. Well, good card. Well played. I'm trying to stall the game out and outvalue my opponent. Some capacity. These draws aren't exactly it. Wouldn't hate a Quantum Riddler. Yeah. I would say it's like 99% this card's gonna get banned at this point. Don't see it lasting. Other unable. This doesn't really do shit now. I guess we can unsummon here. Alright, well, we'll start with the splash portal for a redraw. Not the most exciting, but... yeah, drawing 3 of these against Steel Cutter is pretty embarrassing, isn't it? But like, their hand just could have been 3 1-mana prowess cards, and my hand could have, like, Annul in it, and I would just be dead. So... alright, Quantum Riddler. I think you're our only hope. Also, they're 1-drop rebuys all their spells, so it doesn't help. Alright. Well, GG's. We went 2-1 with the critter deck. Losing to Izzet is kind of expected. Like, I think we're in a tier 0 format. I don't think there are real decks that are not this deck. I could be wrong. Like, it's probably too soon to say, but the data for it has just been absolutely disgusting, and it's just, like, conceptually... it's just, like, the best decks in all formats are Legacy decks now. They are just blue-red decks that play 1-mana cards that are cheaper and better than every other point in different people's curves. You get to match Llanowar Elves with your cheap removal, and then you have Burn, you have Counterspells post-board. They just kind of do it all, so... fair enough. GG's. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do think the deck was cool. It's pretty fun, but, you know, what'd you expect, right? You know, feel free to hit like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.